We all here, we're all good?
We're all good.
Excellent. Does anyone need anything before we begin?
So you guys what's back?
No.
My god back.
No.
Your god back.
You killed him, no one else made you do it. Alright. Hello and welcome everybody to Season 3, Episode 3 of the War of Inheritance. Jacob, what was the most important thing that happened last time?
We fixed time.
Congratulations on fixing time. David, what was the most important thing that happened last time?
Claimed a hallow. There's a real question mark as to what I classify as now.
Claimed a hallow, nicely done. Zoe, what was the most important thing that happened last time?
Tyndall is fine.
Tyndall
And those
is fine.
squids betrayed me.
Yeah.
Well, technically they betrayed you 2 sessions ago, but you only found out about it recently. And Amy, what was the most important thing that happened last time?
The most important thing that happened last time that hasn't already been mentioned.
That's right.
I have the hardest job.
Yeah, go last.
Oh, come on, it's got to be tight.
Is
that never happened, remember?
is Neve met an old flame?
Yup.
Or did she?
Did she?
In an alternate timeline, Neve met an old flame who may or may not be a Lord of the Fae. That will never come up, I'm sure.
In our current timeline, he hasn't met her yet
Not
for the
yet.
last 50 years.
That is something like the truth.
40 something.
Alright, so
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to call you old.
the second meteor has struck. The horrifying plague orc has been dispatched.
Yeah!
And his plague drone is buzzing back off towards the northwest.
Yeah, Basil.
Lord Tyndall peeks out of a window. I think we did it.
We did. Well done.
Huzzah!
Is everybody okay?
You can come down now.
I shout. Lord Tyndall retreats and starts to come down.
Detect poison disease.
You cast Detect Poison Disease. There is a... you are docked 100 experience points for metagaming. There is a cloud, an aura of poison and disease. You can detect the presence of Garlon has infected Iris.
Oh yeah, because you got covered in spores.
Yeah, that was
I'm messing.
Sorry, cool. Cool, we need to deal with that. Where do you want the mark?
What?
Oh, you're infected with Gollum.
Iris is covered in
Would it be the same
spores
mark?
and mess.
Or would it be a shield now?
That's metagaming.
Lord Tyndall comes
Player
out.
doesn't know that.
No,
Lord Tyndall comes down and out of the doors of the Hallow. Should we move the body?
we need to get to the other. We need to get to Tutupek and Charity.
We do.
We need to get to Tutupek and Charity right now. Where do you want this?
Bottom of the cuff?
You really don't like doing things while we're moving, do we?
Right.
Right.
So burning the
channel
body
5
might be a good idea.
things of lay on hands.
Okay.
I fall unconscious.
Iris falls deeply unconscious.
Oh shh.
Iris falls deeply unconscious. There is a mess of nasty black stuff, though not very much because it was very. Have you done?
I can't open it.
You did this. That's right. There is. Sorry. Yes. Iris is unconscious. There is a small amount of nasty black goop that trails out of her nose and ears.
Apologies.
That's
I
right.
did forget about that.
That's
To
okay.
keep Jacob in the.
No, I'm unconscious. Let's go.
This has happened.
You can carry Iris.
Bugger. Iris falls down next to the orc on the floor.
I'm going to fling her onto my shoulder.
We need to get rid of this body. I think burning it is a good choice.
Yeah.
I'd imagine there's stuff around that we can use to set fire to
You
this
could
thing.
go and find things to start a fire, sure.
We need
Tyndall,
we need
find
to
something to start a fire.
Yes,
we'll
madam.
be back
we
later.
need to get to Charity and Tutupek sooner rather than later, because the longer we leave it.
The worse it'll be.
Tyndall has left to go and find things to start a fire.
Cool. Where's Raspit?
Raspit, you would have to go and find him. He's around.
Raspit!
Okay, make me a investigate check.
What's my dice?
It doesn't bode well for your investigate check.
Oh, nat 20!
Sure. Raspit is by your side. He says, "You do not need to shout.
Oh, there we are.
I am here." I was watching.
That's not creepy at all.
Tyndall and the priests here can dispose of this body. We need to get out into the forest now. Will you help us find a way through?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Follow me.
Are we going to the small one or the big one?
Small one.
Yeah.
That's where Charity and Tutefek went.
Right.
Iris, fly.
Josh.
Yes.
Lesser restoration.
let me check.
Oh, you won't need these spells. That's fine. Yeah. Okay.
I'd rather have a conscious Jacob. Blinded, deafened, paralysed, or poisoned. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to
No, I don't hate it. I think lesser restoration is fine. I will totally
will you
allow you
find
to
ways
use a
it?
lesser restoration there. Yeah.
You
that's
happy with
okay.
this?
100%. You reach out and you touch Iris, and you close your eyes and channel some divine energy. It doesn't feel like you're a conduit for anything at the moment. The energy seems to come from within you. There is a small light that glows around Iris very faintly, and Iris, your eyes open.
It's blue, if that's any consolation.
There's a small blue light glowing around you, and your eyes open. You feel well rested?
Like a long rest?
No.
Can we, however, have had a short rest?
This is a fine short rest. Yeah, I have no
Yeah.
problems with this.
Ooh.
Anyone
Spend those gosh darn hit dice.
spend
Right.
any hit dice? That's
Hit
fine.
die.
I'll spend one.
Shut it, you.
Yeah, I'm going to spend one. How much
What
is it?
does the symbol on my leg look like?
The symbol on your leg is currently it is a circular shield that has been emblazoned just on the ankle.
I was hoping you were going to say image not.
Yeah, it's a bit blurry. You can't see it at the moment. No, it's a circular shield has been emblazoned on your ankle. Why is Yorg blue light? Blue light engulfed Iris as Yorg realised that he had put her to sleep for the session and then woke her back up. So yeah, Tyndall has run off. Raspid is with you, and he says, "Follow me," and begins to lead the way toward the large bridge, which you all cross. You are heading into the woods. I'll take a nature check from everybody. Everybody.
Neat. 5.
5.
18.
Okay. Who knew? The druid.
Oh, sorry, I lied. 4.
Okay. That's a no. 14. 14's not bad, but it's not enough. Okay, so
There's woods in them, there woods.
Raspit pauses for a second after you've run in he's run into the woods and he's leading a path, and it looks like he's making a beeline, and the edge of the woods recedes into the distance, and these woods are quite thick and canopied overhead, and it gets quite dark in here, even though it's only the middle of the day. And Raspit holds up a hand for a second, and need you feel it too. There is some. It's back to season 1. There's some woob going on here in these woods.
Oh, no.
Your druid senses are tingling like crazy. Something is wrong here. Something is wrong here, says Raspit.
Yes. Yes. Does this feel like Fey woob? Or is it just like a more sort of unspecified thing?
With your experience, yeah, this definitely feels like
Something
there's some
weird.
Fey nonsense going on here. We have passed this tree before.
Divine Sense?
Okay, yeah, you cast Divine Sense, and you can your eyes flicker a light blue, and there's a shimmer over them as you look around. How long does it last?
One round.
Oh, 1 round.
1 round.
Oh, fine, okay. You look around, and you get the presence of a whole bunch of Fey magic surrounding the area. It's not like there's any one thing in particular.
So like with lists where it was kind of everywhere and then later coalesced.
A bit like that.
Actually, originally with the list, it was
Yeah.
the area, and
Yeah.
then it coalesced into
Yeah,
her.
so yes, there's a presence in the area. But
Does it taste the same? So it would taste the same as what I have.
this is a Fey magic that is in the area. Though there are no Fey creatures immediately around.
There's some magic in the area, something similar to what List does.
We should get moving.
Which way? Says Raspit.
We've passed this tree before.
Yes.
Maybe we should buy a compass one day.
A compass?
If we ever get any money from anything, I'll look into it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Can we see?
You guys have got a bunch of cool stuff.
Can we see any smoke or light
Yeah.
from
Okay.
any of the meteor
Thank you.
impacts that we could orient ourselves with?
Okay. I will take a survival check.
Survival, you
Can I
say?
assist as I'm trained in survival?
You can roll with advantage.
Okay. All right. So that's a 20.
On a 20, you look around and... Okay, so on a 20, no, you can't see any smoke from the meteorite impacts. Though you could before you entered the woods, and you would imagine you should be able to here. But on a 20 on your survival, you do notice that there are some things that have been carved into some of the trees. Some symbols.
Are there now?
There are.
I want to have a look. What are these things?
Okay, in your immediate area, you can spot 4 symbols that have been carved into the trees. You can make me an Arcana check to figure out what they are.
Oh boy. Look, there are some symbols carved into the trees here.
Okay, that's so
19.
That's so your business.
Okay, 19's pretty great. These are, if they're a language, it's not a language you recognise.
So it's not druidic or anything
Well,
like that.
Druidic doesn't have a written form.
That's true.
On a 19, this is the written form of Druidic. You have never seen it before.
Oh. What?
Yeah. I
Turns
mean,
out you're illiterate.
there may be, they're left usually in different
So
ways.
I speak druidic, but I don't read druidic.
Well, I mean, there are interesting ways of interacting with it.
Okay.
There may be a Druidic message here.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Having recognised that this is Druidic, you interact with it and you check for Druidic signs that are here. And what you see is on each of the 4 symbols, like a spectral creature appears from the trees that are around the clearing.
Okay.
One of them is a large brown form that picks itself up and it coalesces into the shape of a bear.
Okay.
It nods at you and it begins to lumber off into the forest. Off in the distance, one of the symbols rides around the tree and becomes a snake that hisses off in a different direction.
Okay.
A blue deer springs forwards and leaps off in another direction, and then back the way you came, there is an owl that is an orange umber that picks itself up off the tree, again looks at you with its spectral form, flaps twice and flies off.
Bear, snake, what was the third one?
Deer.
Deer, and
Blue.
owl.
That's correct.
It's orange.
That's right.
Are these? Can all of us see this, or is it just me?
No, just Neve.
I will be describing
But
this to you.
you can...
I'm beginning to worry for Neve's sanity.
But Neve has pointed out these symbols and you can all see the symbols.
We met a bear.
We did meet a bear. Oh no, you met a bear. I didn't meet a bear. Timelines, guys.
Rasmus?
This looks like a bear, says Raspid, pointing at the bear.
Well done, Raspit.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
If I divine sense and look at the symbols, am I getting the same thing, or just still an overwhelming sense of woo?
You are getting just an overwhelming... You can keep this the same divine sense use. This was the overwhelming sense of woo, but I did not notify you of the symbol's existence with
No,
your
that's
divine
absolutely
sense.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm
Let's not make
going
it
to.
Murder them all.
Yes, moonbeam everywhere. I'm going to druidcraft a couple of berries, roll them into the undergrowth, and say, "Is anyone out?"
There is no response.
No pixies. If we're being turned around, it's not by them. Maybe we should follow one of the animals and see where it goes.
The owl went back the way we came.
Yeah.
As far as you can tell.
It's probably wise for us to go home. You're right.
Maybe we could retrace our steps and go round this place.
It's worth a shot.
Two to pack, not a snake, but it is a lizard. There is a bear out here somewhere. What was
body.
the other one? Sorry. There's a bear out here somewhere. Tutupec is a lizard, but not a snake. What was the other form?
Deer.
Owl
And
deer.
an owl.
The owl went back the way we came, yeah.
Maybe we should all follow each.
We are not splitting up in this forest. Look how happy our GM is at that thought.
You will
We
never
are
get the party back.
not splitting up in this. That is such a bad choice.
Alright then, which one are we following? I'm good at hunting.
I think lizards and snakes and Tutupec have too much.
It's as good an idea as any. I'm yet to have a better one. I don't think it's right, but I don't have a better one.
What, for the snake?
Yes.
Alright, let's follow the snake then. See where that leads us.
Okay.
Neve, do you have any white cloth?
Good question.
You know what, I probably do. I've got cooking utensils, so I've probably got some kind of...
Muslin or
Right,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can I have some for a second?
Yes.
You're just going to tear 3 strips of this stuff and tie each of them round each of your upper arms. And then I'm going to cast Aid on you all,
Oh!
which increases your hit points by 5 for the duration.
Which is how long?
8 hours.
Sweet. So
Thank
you each
you.
have +5 max hit points, which can be healed up through healing dice and all kinds of other stuff. Which is...
And
Do we gain them?
concentration
Do we
either.
gain them now?
Yeah, gain +5 hit points. Aid's pretty great. Sweet. So Jorg ties a white sash around each of your arms, and it's like he's going to pray for a second, and I guess he doesn't say anything. There is just again the dull glow around the white, which fades, leaving the white cloth as they are, and you will feel a sense of calm around you. You're in a strange, spooky woodland. Things have happened. You still haven't had a long rest. It's been a long several days in the process of 1 8-hour period, but you guys are doing okay with that.
Okay.
Where are you headed?
Following the snake.
Okay. You make your way through the woods in the direction that you are pretty certain, Neve, you saw the snake move. The trees appear unnaturally clumped together in places, very difficult to get through. They're blocking passage, and it looks like you're being funneled through this forest.
Okay.
There are clear passages that you can take, and you follow the snake through.
Yeah.
And you follow the snake through, and it opens out into a clearing, the way that you've come. And as you do, you can see the trees moving behind you strangely. Raspit looks a bit disconcerted as he looks back.
A bit disconcerted.
Yeah, well, I
I'm
mean,
very disconcerted.
That's fine. The trees aren't shifting, but they are moving. It's like time. It's like space is moving very strangely in this forest. And you end up in a small clearing. There are still trees all over the place with a large stump. And on the stump, you can see that there is a very smashed in thing. It had green skin and purple chitin, and it looks like it's been mashed by something very large. It's been pulped, and it's over a stump. It looks a bit like the Mind Flayer's pet that you saw the season opener, but it's not as big as that. And I mean, it's been destroyed almost beyond recognition, but it's certainly that kind of flavour of thing.
Oh, that is horrible.
Any idea what that was?
Better question. Any idea what did it?
Yes, that is a very good question, Iris. Any tracks, any footprints, anything?
You can take me a survival check.
Okay. That is 14.
Okay, on a 14, you can see that there are... It looks like there's a pair of footprints that are moving away from this creature.
What kind of size foot?
On a 14, it's difficult to say. It's in D&D terms, a medium creature.
Okay.
But they are boot prints. They are wearing shoes of some kind.
Too big for a practice ogre.
Too small, certainly.
Sorry.
Yep.
Too small for an ogre.
Too big for a pixie. Do we follow the boots then? Is there any more of that writing on any of these trees?
You look around in Druidic. As you do, you spot each of the symbols that are written around the clearing. It doesn't look like they've been carved. It's almost like they're embossed on these trees. It's
Okay.
part of the magic. They are appearing. And there is a brown bear that picks itself up and moves off in a direction. Approximately 90 degrees on from that. Again, it's really difficult to tell north, east, southwest. There is a green snake that rides around a tree and heads off. There is a blue deer that springs up and bounds off into the woods in a direction. And a orange owl that picks itself off the tree, floats around the clearing once and heads back the way that you came.
Where do the boot prints go?
The boot prints head off in the direction the deer head.
Does the snake go in the same direction it did originally? Or is it a straight line if we continue following the snake?
The bear to the left, snake ahead, deer to the right, out back.
Yes.
Okay.
Close enough.
Yeah, I'm not asking for exact. I'm not expecting a grid.
That's correct.
I'm really out of ideas.
What do you think?
Actually, which way led?
Maybe we could set fire to the
Which way led
forest.
back the way we?
Wait, is that a new
With us-
suggestion?
that was a Freya suggestion.
With us
that
in
we-
it, maybe not.
Raspit said, "This is a bad idea."
It is a bad idea, Raspit, yes.
Well,
I was being sarcastic.
Have you got any ideas, Raspit?
Keep going.
Which way?
Follow the snake.
Follow the snake.
Follow the snake.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Alright, we follow the snake.
Cool. Southern footprints. Right. Okay. Follow the snake. You follow the. Oh, come back. You follow the snake trail, and again, as you leave the clearing, the woods seem to close in on you and form more or less a single passageway. You could probably fight your way through these trees. It would just be difficult to do. Okay.
There is children's tales about what happened when you leave the path.
There certainly are. And you make your way through following the snake, and you start to hear something. You can see at the edge of the funnel of trees. It's going to open out into another clearing. And you can hear a distant sound of pipe music.
Pipe music.
That is correct. Like I said, pan pipes.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Might have a fawn. Tom Bombadil.
We're all dead in that case. Then.
Or we all get tea from Mr. Thomas.
That's true. All right.
Well, we're heading this way.
Yeah.
Freya, could you slip ahead in the shadows and see if you can spot what's making that noise?
Gotcha.
Okay,
Is
Freya.
that some guidance you just got to?
It certainly
Yes,
is, yeah.
with guidance.
Amazing. Freya, you make your way up first. The rest of the party, you are continuing to move through the woods, and you get the strange sensation that you're being watched as Freya makes her way and just disappears into the darkness.
Iris, stay close to me and I'll defend you with my shit.
Your looks down and realizes he is not carrying a shield. This is going well. Freya has slipped into the shadows and moves like a ninja to the edge of the clearing. Inside the clearing, when you get close enough, you can see that there is a satyr, which is a goat man, who has cloven hooves and a set of panpipes that he is playing. And the tune he's playing, it's like he's dancing a little caper, but his heart really isn't in it. And he's, take me an insight check, in fact.
This is not Wales.
Whoa, it is today.
Analyze depression level of satyr.
20.
Satyr
Yeah,
depression
okay.
level 83% and rising.
Okay, so on a 20, the satyr, he's playing the pipes, but it looks like he's in the doldrums. It looks like he's kind of, I'm playing these because I guess that's what I do. And he's every now and again doing a jig step, and you can see he goes up to the trees every now and again, and but he's just going through motions at this point. He looks really sad.
Do I recognise the song?
You do not recognise it. It's not a song you've heard before.
Okay.
It's quite nice. It's well played, but there are snatches of it that come again and again, like he's done the verse and then he goes, I guess we'll do the verse again. It's like, you know, he's not playing a song. He's morose.
I will go back to the party.
Sure.
That's a really difficult decision not to do something.
I felt it from across the table. That's character growth.
It really is.
I tried not to say anything. I tried really hard.
Well done.
There's a goat man. He's just dancing around.
Actually, a man with the head of a goat.
On his own?
Welcome, Suntan Fox.
Should that be a man goat?
Who's him?
Suntan Fox.
Hi, Suntan Fox.
What's the differential between a goat man and a man goat?
Mangoes are kind of orange fruits that come from.
You can all take me a point of psychic damage, and I'm not joking. I'm fine with puns. They are rewarded. With,
What's the question? that conversation. Slap for it.
No, a man goat is fine, and then this is the.
Does he seem dangerous?
He seems a bit sad.
Now,
He might.
from what I've heard about creatures like this, they can charm people. I think that's right.
You can make me a nature check to find out.
Whether you know that in character or not. Dun dun dun.
13?
Okay, so on a 13, satyrs have the ability on their own. They are capricious, tricksters, but not usually malevolent.
Okay.
They have a tendency to fall in love with stuff, and they put you to sleep.
Okay.
It was the phrase "fall in love with stuff" that I found most amusing in that regard. Just things.
Put you to sleep.
He might know what's going on.
Yeah, I think.
Do we have? It's either we go and talk to the goat man, or what did you say it was called?
Satyr, right?
It's a satyr.
Right, okay. We could either go talk to the satyr, or we can go back the way we came. Actually, Josh, that's a really good question. Once we've started walking these paths, is the path behind us closed or open?
Once you start walking, the path is still open behind you. You can stop and turn around and go back.
Okay.
That is a thing you can do. Chat demands panpipes. I tell you what, chat. Next session.
What have you done? What have you done?
Make sure to sound check.
I think it's worth the risk.
Right. Let's go for it.
Shall we?
Let's go for it.
Let's do it.
What are you doing?
We're gonna head into the
We're gonna
clearing.
kill everyone.
Great.
I won't be in the clearing. I'll be in a tree
Good
around the
choice.
clearing.
Ah, so that when you fall asleep in the tree, you take falling damage. Good call.
I enjoy it. And I might use it. So, Freya, you can now. Okay, so the rest of you approach into the clearing, and there's a stop in the music, and you can see the satyr's ears prick up, and it turns its head. It's chewing on a bit of grass.
Hello. We don't mean you any harm. We're lost.
He scrabbles for his panpipes and picks them up and starts playing. Can I have charisma saves from everybody there? Yes, including you, Freya.
+3 from David.
Probably
plus
+3
three,
from
yeah.
me for you.
Freya does not get a +3.
Yeah, Iris and
I got
Iris and
6. Wow.
19.
What happens if you roll on that one?
Okay.
I rolled a 12.
Is this against being charmed?
you can't be put to sleep.
It's going to sleep, so you roll with advantage.
No, I don't.
Charm, that's charm.
No, is that charm, not sleep?
Yeah, I think you just can't be put to sleep.
No, you're not. Not if you're an elf. No, in which case, sleep. On a nat one, you fail anyway. Sleep.
Interrupt, but sure.
6.
Freya, 6. I would like you to make me a reflex saving throw. A dexterity saving throw, please.
I can't be put to sleep.
You can't be put to sleep.
Magic cannot put me to sleep.
All right, sweet. But you did get a natural one on the check. Okay, lovely.
23.
23. So yeah, you have lashed yourself to the tree, but you do go. This is kind of nice, and you roll back in the music. Iris, you are frozen in place, and it's like you've heard this music before. This is bringing back all kinds of childhood memories for you, and you are frozen, going, wait, what? And you're busy trying to rack your brain, but you are not asleep and will be aware of the conversation, but probably a bit preoccupied today.
Was a 12 enough?
12 is not enough.
On a 3 though.
On a 3 is pretty amazing. But Don't worry, everyone. I give you an aura. York falls asleep.
How's Raspit doing?
How is Raspit doing? On top of York.
Poor Raspit.
Well, that's
It's been a long day.
oddly appropriate, actually. I'm fine
Neve,
with
you are
this.
the only person who is there.
I'm going to lift up my stick and I'm going to rap his knuckles. How dare you?
He drops his panpipes.
Good.
Hey, what's going on here
I'm
then?
going to scooch his panpipes out of his reach.
Okay, make me an acrobatics or athletics check to do it, because he does not want to give up his panpipes. He really doesn't, but he rolled a 6. He gets 8 in total.
12.
Oh, well, that's more than he gets. Hey, give him back.
No.
I need him.
Well, you can have them back once you've helped my friends.
I'll wake up. I promise. Well, soon.
Look, we're lost and we need help.
What you doing in here?
Well, we came in
Is it
looking...
you? You the invaders?
I don't think so.
You're why the defences have been... That's why. It's you. You're why the defences have been raised.
No, it's the meteors.
No, it's you. You and you. He doesn't notice you, Freya.
When did they go up?
Just an hour ago?
Oh, maybe it is us.
Maybe. No, you guys have not been here for an hour.
Oh, right, no, we've not been here for an hour.
What?
It must be something else. It must be the meteors. Could it have been that?
Look.
You must have seen them coming down from the sky.
Don't hurt me. And you can go on your way. I'll pretend I never saw you.
We don't want to hurt you.
He's speaking Druidic at you, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah,
we don't
so,
want to hurt
Iris, you actually have no idea what's being said here. But you can see that there is conversation happening.
We're just trying to find our way through. How can we find our way?
I can't tell you that. No, I'll get in so much trouble.
Well, these are very nice panpipes. Maybe I can barter them with somebody to find our way through.
Hey, oh no, give them back.
Do you know how to get through? Who's to say that it's you that told us? There are lots of pixies in these woods.
Go find one of them then.
What? Do you think they'd like these panpipes?
Look, I'm begging you, please.
How do we get through?
Give me panpipes back.
How do we get through?
Look, if you give me panpipes back...
Right, let's go. Come on, Iris. Iris, what's the matter? I'm going
to snap me out of it.
Yeah, Iris.
I'm going to give Jorg a nudge with my foot.
Yeah, you can wake him up.
Yeah,
it just takes an action to wake him up. You have no idea where Freya is.
Yeah.
She's gone. She's somewhere.
What?
Right.
For goodness sake, that
He lowers his horns uncurl just a little bit. There's a little bit of movement in them. Look,
Did you have to do that?
I'm not meant to be here.
You're not meant to be here.
No, I was supposed to get out
Can you understand that?
before the defences.
No.
No one can understand this conversation.
Neve, can you ask it if it's if it is the meteor, it might be the thing in the previous clearing. Has it seen the thing in the previous clearing?
There was some kind of awful thing, a monster that had been destroyed, pulverized.
I'm not moving around. It's dangerous. When the defences are up,
How long will they be up for?
who knows? Until it's been dealt with. But Titus in a state. You can't call the hunt.
Oh.
He's in a tiff. Look, can I have my panpipes back, please?
You can have them back.
Thanks. He takes them and he starts to run off.
Fine.
Great, fine. He runs off.
Which way?
He goes, oh no, I wish I hadn't done that. That's very annoying. So I'll sort that out in a second. He runs off in the direction of the snake. He goes off.
Josh,
Yes.
can I take a full action and try and spot our sleeping rogue, please?
If you guys, he's run off. You look around and it takes you about 3 minutes, but you do manage to locate slung on the underside of a branch.
Freya! Freya!
Freya, wake up.
Raspit says, I will do this. And he throws a rock at Freya. Freya, you wake up, a rock hits you. She's awake.
Clamber back onto my branch. Who threw that?
Oh, it must have been the fawn on his way out.
He
My lady.
It was me. I threw it. Says Raspid.
I'll throw a branch.
That was a good shot.
Yeah.
Come on, Freya. The fawn wasn't very helpful.
Okay.
What did he say?
He said that he's stuck as well. That the forest has put its defences up.
Forests have defences.
This forest does. Liss,
The Hallow did.
I think, has put
That's interesting.
some
That's
defences up
That's the second time
when the
we've heard
meteorite
that
landed.
phrase used when it comes to places like this.
Alright, so that's going to move.
Well, what do we think?
That's going
Burn it down.
to move. No! Says Raspid.
It's a
He
battle.
readies another rock.
At this point, we need to hurry because, well, anyway. Pick a direction. My gut
Are
instinct.
the symbols any different?
The symbols are the same, but they've been oriented slightly differently in each of the clearings that you've been in. In this one, the snake symbol, which the satyr ran off in the direction of, was not in the same direction as the snake symbols that it has been before.
I mean, is there a point in trying to go in what seems to be roughly a straight line? Is that a good idea? Is that bad? I don't know whether logic works in here.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
In that case, should we just follow one symbol?
I think there's no harm in it for now. Let's try it. Yeah, we'll follow the snake again.
Sweet. Okay. So
We might come across a bit strong to your new pointy horned friend, but we'll see how that comes across.
Oh, he's had a good head start.
okay. Sorry, you have gone there. Right. Everything moves. So no, you're good.
Josh is playing his own little board game.
I am playing my own. I've got my own things. So that's fine. All right. You guys arrive. You have followed the satyr. The satyr. You start heading down a little passage of trees, and these seem thicker and tighter together than before. It's pretty hard. You're pretty sure you wouldn't be able to get through these ones. And you arrive in a. Well, in fact, before you get to the clearing, you can see the satyr has stopped. And he
So
is
you
there.
said the snake we followed was to the right?
Yeah, so this was the thing with the smushed thing in it.
Yes.
So it was a smushed. So this was our entry point, and smushed thing in here, and then
Yeah, I mean,
They're-
you can do
they're
this as
trying
best
to
you
do
can,
a,
but unless you are actually doing this in
I
character,
do have a journal.
that's
Yeah,
fine. In which case,
this
yeah.
is
So
the thing,
Iris,
as we're walking, we're trying to
Iris
put
is
together
attempting
a-
to put together a map in character. That's fine. So you're, you
And
are
the satyr
almost
has
at the end.
stopped.
The satyr has stopped. He
I'll
hasn't
hold
headed
up
into the
our
clearing. Satyr turns.
What is
It's a great big bear.
it? A great big bear.
well, that's not the symbol we've been following. How spiky back. All right. Well, that's close to the meteorite because we've. Sorry. Still whispering because
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I hear there's a great big bear around. That's close to the meteorite though, because we encountered the bear on our way to it.
Yes.
Satyr, could you put the bear to sleep?
Perhaps
If
it's
we
worth.
cover up our ears, what's it worth?
I mean, are you particularly bear-proof?
I don't have to go this way. I can go back.
Try not.
I've got a couple of gold coins if that's the sort of thing that you might be interested in.
I'll take them.
Cool.
All right. You give the satyr some gold.
Yeah, yes, 2 gold coins.
2 gold coins. That's enough for a satyr. That's okay.
Fingers and ears.
Why?
The satyr picks up his panpipes and starts to play. This is
At the very least, it might make it drowsy.
you can all, you know what? It's fine. You feel all a little bit drowsy, but you've got your fingers plugged up in your ears,
Yeah.
and you're all defending this. And the bear. All right. Satyr says. The bad news is it didn't work. Run! And he turns around and starts running back the way he came as there's a And you look and you can see that the clearing ahead of you, the opening has filled with a dire bear that is loping towards you and indeed limping towards you
Limping.
as it charges down towards
That's probably what smarter than.
It doesn't.
guys.
It doesn't still have a sword in its back, does it?
No,
Okay.
that you can see.
Okay,
there
that's
is-
interesting.
Have you got to talk to animals, prep?
What is your immediate reaction? A dire bear is charging towards you. This is a skill challenge.
Shinsui.
I am going to mould earth and make just a small barrier in its way. It's already in a contained space, so that will help slow it down.
I thought
just
you
for
were
a
going to do a
second.
ramp, so we could ramp the bear.
Ha!
Okay, mold earth can make a little 5-foot thing, so you can. It's fine. Okay, mold earth, a little 5-foot earthen barrier for you guys to hide behind,
Or for me to leap over.
or for you to
Yes.
leap over. Grabbing Shunsui, we'll get to that in a second. Immediate reaction, Aris.
Minor illusion, the sound of a mewling bear cub, which we heard before.
I really like it.
It's difficult to argue with you sometimes, Jake.
It's another nature check to mimic it, but I do like it a lot.
4.
Swell. There is Iris's best impersonation of a mewling bear cub that comes from a different direction, and
York's just going to yell at it. York's just going to scream. It's
Yes.
going to make himself as big and imposing as possible.
All right.
And just go.
Which
What
colour
bears
is
do,
that?
Okay,
Don't
York,
come from there, you'll die.
York leaps.
No,
York-
I'm not leaving.
York
sorry.
leaps and is raised up 5 feet by an earthen rampart that lifts underneath him. Make me an intimidate check at this bear.
Boost the volume of my voice by 3 times.
With Thaumaturgy. Roll intimidate with advantage.
It's looking pretty good. Well, that's a cop dice. Well, that's a
2.
15. No, that's a 2. Cool. 15 plus my charisma is 18.
18 is pretty amazing. Okay, the bear stops for a second and it is filling the passageway. The satyr has gone.
Yeah.
It snarls at all of you, and you can see drool and a bit of blood dripping down from between its teeth.
Yee.
You have grabbed Shinsui. Yes, finally a rematch. Let us finish this beast together.
Hold on. We will
Charisma
not have-
save.
I knew it! You're at +3.
+3.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Is she within 10?
Oh, what do you get?
19. I got
19.
16 with
Oh,
it.
dude, 19's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you can feel Shinsui is pulling you towards the bear. We have been bested once before. I crave vengeance.
There's even bigger things further on.
You promise?
Yeah, I promise. That or we'll come back to the bear if there isn't.
No. I am satisfied by the prospect of larger foes, more dangerous adversaries. Shinsui shoots himself. Well, no, I hope there are. The bear is paused, looking at you guys. But you will not be able to get through this passage without moving this bear.
It's wounded?
It is.
Gets a set fire to it.
What is it with you and fire? Says
Yeah.
Raspid.
You wanted to kill us all in a
okay.
forest fire.
I'm gonna. Neve's eyes are going to silver over, and I'm going to bring down a moonbeam just in front of the bear.
You're feeling an addict.
Right. Okay.
You're trying to laser point at the bear. I understand.
Maybe how close to the bear are you looking to go?
Like that far away from its nose.
Sleight of hand check.
Cool. 19.
Okay.
There
is a-
Light of moonbeam.
Yeah, there is like a wall of moonlight that goes down in front of the bear. It is decently cutting you and the bear off. The bear looks at it. It leans forwards a bit and then recoils as the tip of its nose gets seared in the moonlight.
I'll just slowly edge it towards the bear. Just slowly.
Are you going to try and drive this bear back? I really
Josh,
like
what I
it.
will say is, did we ever... Oh no, you fluffed your nature
Yeah, yeah.
check. Sorry, I was trying to
There was
work
some
out.
sort of cat being strangled.
I like this. Yeah, it wasn't sufficient.
What, a 4 wasn't sufficient? Come on!
And okay, yeah, this is a really cool use of Moonbeam. I like it a lot. Yeah, you usher the bear backwards, and it rears up onto its hind legs, and then as you singe into it some more, it turns around and rolls back and starts loping off back the way it came. You can see now it's walking it's really favouring 3 of its 4 legs, and it's really trying not to put weight on one of them.
But we didn't. You didn't fight it this time.
There was a
No.
big thing back there that was mashed into the ground.
Yeah.
That's true. Maybe
If
that's,
anything's got
yeah.
the strength and the power to do that, it's this thing.
Right.
Right.
Can we get the compass
Yeah,
points?
orientation, please, Josh, of which
Yeah, we're gonna-
creature goes which
Okay.
direction.
Well, the bear has now gone back into
Sorry,
the clearing that
symbols.
it came from.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
in the clearing rather than the corridor.
That's it
Oh,
was
right.
coming down the corridor. It was in the
Yeah.
clearing. The satyr played its pipes
Yep.
and brought the
So
bear
we're
towards
gonna-
you.
we're
It's
gonna
now
move-
back in the clearing.
We're going to move forward into the clearing and see what we
Maybe
can
we
see.
should just go to a different clearing.
Well, we have to come into this one to then get out.
We can
At
go
the moment,
back.
We're between two.
We go back.
Maybe we could go back. I want to go forward and see what
Okay,
it
you
is.
go forwards. That's fine. There is a bear in your clearing.
Is the cave there?
No.
Okay.
This is just another clearing in the woods. They all have looked different so far.
What does this one look like?
This one has a. It's got like an empty stream bed going in through it, and you can see the stream curves through 2 of the entrances to this clearing.
All right.
And there's a bear.
What do we think?
It's licking its wounds.
We slink round, keeping our distance, and go that way.
Which way?
I don't know. Not
Uh,
directly across.
You
that's
use your
my fault.
druidic eyes, and you can see that the direction you have come from is the bear. And
That's clearly not true.
the bear picks up and walks off in the direction that you've come from. And there is a snake that slithers off directly in front of you. And off on your left, there is an owl, spectral orange owl that picks itself up and flies off, and a deer prances off to your right.
Give me an animal.
Ow.
Owl. Right, we're going owl.
Okay,
I'll keep the shield up between us and the bear as we move very slowly and carefully.
that's fine. Mark off your moonbeam, and you manage to keep a wall between you and the bear. That's nice.
Bypassed via moonbeam.
Good job, guys. That's pretty awesome. Everything moves, so you guys are it's all right. Everything's fine. What's going on? All right. Yeah, you follow the bear, didn't you? Oh no, you follow the owl. All right. Okay. You come into.
Such continuity. Snake, 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 owl.
Why not?
Well, the bear was.
Let's see
Yeah.
what happens. You come into a clearing, and it's very dark here. The bushes are quite high, the grass is quite high in this clearing, and you can't really see the floor. This is difficult terrain, but the undergrowth is quite large. And you can hear something. You can all hear like a movement in the grass, like small things.
Divine sense.
Divine sense. Okay, on a divine sense, you look and you can see that there are glowing shapes within the grass. They are of the old ones, and there are 4 of them.
There are small things in the grass from the meteorites.
From the meteorite?
Yeah.
I am going to cast Fairy Fire on the clearing.
Literally not what I expected you to say.
I'm going to cast Moonfire.
Okay.
Moon fairy fire, moonbeam fire, moon fairy.
York, do you want to? Where are you casting? It's a large clearing.
I'll guide her if I can onto some of them.
Yeah. Okay, that's
As many
fine.
as possible.
Yeah. So you cast Fairy Fire. That's fine. Mark the spell off.
Yep.
And you can now all see that there is a of purple and gold dust that settles in the clearing, and it seems to disappear as it hits the grass, and then it starts to glow around the shape of. They look like tiny little velociraptors
Oh my.
with purple armor on them, and where you'd expect them to have arms, they have these scything talons that come forwards. As you cast Fairy Fire, they are charging towards you.
God.
Yeah. Can we have? What is your armor class, please, Neve?
13.
13. Sweet. 2 of them. There are 3 of them lit up, but you know there is another one out there.
There's one more.
13. Okay, so 2 of them have rushed in towards you, and there is a stab from one of them, and it hits you once, and the second one is going to really miss. And would you like to take yourself 8 points of damage? Yeah. As you step backwards just in time, you are alerted by the glowing gold and purple, but the grass rustles and moves, and as it parts, one of these small things scurries forwards and has a seemingly crazy number of teeth in its little mouth. They would look cute until they smile. They're like the little things from Galaxy Quest.
I love those things. Those are great.
Yeah, but and like I said, if they were velociraptors that were green and purple, and it slashes in towards you with its scything talons. Yeah, you can see these things are scoring up the ground.
Scything talons sounds like a really specific way of describing those.
That's what I'm shut up. All right, so that was you. Neve, can you make me a Constitution saving throw to maintain control of your fairy fire?
With +3 from York.
And an advantage because you've got Warcaster.
Yeah. But it's all good.
You need 10.
You're fine. You
do
got
it.
10.
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, so you spotted the creatures. You have cast fairy fire. Freya, what is your first action?
If I can see stuff attacking Neve, I'm going to draw Shunsui and just kind of leap over.
You have advantage because of fairy fire?
Yeah, you absolutely have advantage because of fairy fire.
Enjoy!
Advantage to hits. And that's good.
20.
Yeah, you really hit. Okay, so Freya comes rolling through the grass and comes up with Shunsui. Roll some damage.
Is it the only enemy within 5 feet?
You're an advantage, so you get a sneak attack.
Oh, I
Doesn't
do.
matter, you
Cool.
get loads of damage.
Huge damage, big.
17.
Those are words I said.
Damage?
Yeah.
Okay, you slice the head neatly off of one of them and goes and drops. The body falls limply, still scratching as it goes down. Yeah, you have completely decapitated one of these creatures.
Wow.
The other one, they are still moving towards you. Iris, what is your
There's
reaction?
one more in the grass that Neve didn't get.
Acid bolt. Well, there's not in the fairy fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still going to deal with the ones I can see, because I know where they are.
Sure, I just don't want people to call
So
us.
I'm going to acid bolt one of the fairy-fied ones, which is attacking Neve.
Do it. You roll with advantage.
12 plus 5, 17.
17?
17 to hit
17 if you really hits, yeah.
for 1 damage.
One?
Yeah, there's
What else is it?
you see, it looks, the acid bolt is going straight towards it, and it turns and it catches it directly on the chitin, and there's a little and it leaves a little black crater that smokes away. But it turns and it's coming for you, Iris. Yeah.
Can I get in there first?
No, I'm going to do this.
That's fine. No, do it.
So, what is your armor class, Iris?
13.
You're going to take some hit point damage.
What did you roll on the dice?
I rolled an 11 under 20.
Right.
Jacob's like, no. I am going to take some hit point damage.
Alright, okay. So the 20, would you like to take 10 points of damage, and the 11, would you like to take 1 point of damage? So you can take 11 points of damage in total.
Yep.
As these two creatures come and start snapping at your ankles. They have really sharp talons, but they're a bit unwieldy for them to use in this grass. They are actually cutting down some of the grass, and it's getting easier to move with each of the sweep of their blades. Yeah, velociraptors with blades for arms, they're pretty nasty. York, you're up. You can see, well, you know where everything is. You've got Divine Sense up.
Yes, for the rest of the round, actually, which is really relevant.
Go to
Where's
roll.
the
Get
other
that
one?
one. Yeah.
It's off in the...
Okay,
grass.
if it's off over there for the moment, I'm going to engage.
Well, it's heading towards you guys, but it's not there yet.
In that case, I'm going to engage the ones that are.
There is one in front of Iris, one in front of Neve and Freya, one in front of Iris.
It's literally going to go down at the end of my turn, so it doesn't. I'm going to go for the ones I can see at
Do
the
it.
moment. I'm going to pick the. Yeah, let's just go for it with advantage.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Attack, both of them.
With what?
With thunder.
Good
I have
jobby.
words. I can word.
Okay.
24.
Okay. You pick up the axe of Lancelot.
Yeah.
24 is definitely going to hit. You swing straight round, and there is a white arc that cuts through the air. And as it hits, how much damage do you do?
The other one's a crit. Okay.
There's another 20 with the active Lancelot.
That is another 20 with the Axe of Lancelot. That's a bit more. Right, so the first one that hits does 5, 6, 8.
Okay.
The second one that hits does...
It's dead.
Yeah.
It's really dead.
So dead.
You double tap it with the axe of Lancelot. You crack the chitin on the first blow, and it drops down, using its talons digging into the ground as it braces, and it looks up at you with a from ankle height, and you ba-bam! Throughout the clearing, there is a resounding, thunderous clap as the creature is smashed into the ground.
I am two-handing it because
Why not?
for an extra dice worth of damage, for an extra dice type of damage,
It's dead.
definitely worth it.
Yeah, it's smashed down and really dead.
The other one's coming from that direction.
It is indeed. You warn, everybody turns up and looks, and Raspit is dragged down and pulled off into the bushes.
Shit.
Get off! You hear. It is Neve, what are you doing?
I am.
Clever girl.
Paused for a second, that's fine. Freya, what are you doing?
Can I see them, or is it just in
It's
the
just gone
grass?
into the grass.
Okay, I'm going to draw my crossbow.
Okay.
And listen.
Shoot round.
And shoot.
Okay. That's fun. The one in front of you
turns and rushes off into the grass as well.
Can I get an attack of opportunity?
You shoot that one. No, you're not close enough. You were on the other side.
Because that was standing near someone.
Yeah, can I get
That was standing near these two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, then I'll whack
Book.
that one.
Yeah, absolutely. You can have attack opportunity as you go.
Don't forget your
We
shillelagh.
still have advantage as well.
Yes, because
you
it's
have
on the fairy
advantage.
fire,
It's
so
still
roll
on the fairy
twice.
fire.
Oh yeah, you do have advantage. Which you
That's
need. You
much
hit.
better.
That's
Yeah,
great.
there we go. And I'm hitting 4.
D4 because you haven't got shillelagh up, but it's a 1, so it doesn't matter.
I always have shillelagh up.
Oh, why wouldn't you? That's fine. Okay, I don't.
Yeah, so I hit it for 4.
4 points of damage. Okay, so it takes 4 as it rushes off, but it's still there.
It's getting shot in the back.
It's getting shot in the back. Okay, so you knock it one way, and how much damage?
Ability.
Like more than 20 to
fine.
hit.
You explode this thing. Yeah, so actually, you knock it sideways, and it skitters off, and Freya finishes the thing, and it's pinned into the ground by a crossbow bolt. So it's only Raspit being torn apart by one of these.
Okay.
innocent
At which point,
Iris.
I would like to, on the area around Raspit, cast sleep.
It's going to go one of two ways.
What's the average on sleep?
Like 28.
Raspit goes,
Does it get
Raspit, roll.
Who's got the... Yeah, this is important.
Which
actually.
one's how it is?
3.
Okay. 10.
19.
Total?
Yep.
Okay. There's a moment of silence. And then there's a moment of silence, and then you hear some stabbing sounds coming from inside.
Raspit? Okay, Divine
And
Sense.
some...
Divine Sense, and I'm running off into the grass.
Okay.
You both try.
It certainly was.
I'm
And
going to use Divine Sense to find it.
you find it, and you push through the grass, and you see Raspit is standing over it with a stick going, I'm sorry. I do not know what came over me. He limps a little with his stick. There's a nasty bite down on his leg. It's a good job you guys got him when you did.
I was worried about you for a second there.
Yes, I too was worried. But I am with stalwart companions.
Josh.
Yes.
Raspit can heal 10. You'll put his hand on Raspit's shoulder.
You are stopped at 6.
I'm stopped at 6. Raspit
That's
can...
how much damage he took.
Okay.
And I'm not going to make you overpay because that's rubbish.
I appreciate that.
That's fine. All right. Raspit says, which he takes his stick and he starts flattening the grass in this area. Which way do we go? This way.
Is everybody else all right?
Ow.
Yeah, you're fine. That's good.
This is like the first time you've been hit by anything, isn't it?
Not the first time.
In about a season. Chat says at this rate we're going to have enough trained NPCs for a whole B team. That's the plan, chat. That's the plan.
And then
That's
when
the
we all
spin-off.
die,
Yeah.
we've got characters we can start playing.
That's it.
No,
That's
it's more the fact of if all of us happen to have a day off at the same time, Josh can just get the B team in.
fine, yeah.
Okay. What's happening while the A team are off on their adventures?
Do you want a B team episode? Because that's how you get a B team episode. All right. Raspit says, which way are we going?
Well, I so don't know. Have you been able to identify any sort of pattern that you? Is there any pattern you can tell Neve at this point? It's
No.
your, well, I said your magic, but it's your kind of magic more than it is anybody else's here.
I just go with things, guys.
You hear
Oh no.
And we're going to take a short break there.
Can there be more of these bug things instead?
Alright, we are going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Oh, marvellous.
Joy.
Just what we needed.
Joy.
Oh no, that one's for you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Sorry your drive was so stressful, guys. And
That was mine.
Oh, do you
was
have?
mine.
Do you have chat up on your phone?
I do, yeah, you can have it.
Do you have any to take from?
I do not, and
We'll move on.
yeah, it's a.
No problem.
I've got a
No,
thing
fine.
for that. No,
Hi,
I
Kat.
want to talk to you about that specifically. I think it's possible, depending on how you feel about it. You've only been able to. No, you haven't. I'm wrong. Ignore me. That's fine. I'll come back in a bit.
I will do my weekly, becoming repetitive now, but if you happen to be on Amazon Prime, I hear you get a free subscription with that. For like no money, you can subscribe to us
It's
through
true.
Amazon Prime.
Take money from the man and give it to us, please.
Go to your Amazon Prime, find SellPenGM, because Amazon Prime and Twitch talk to each other, and subscribe to us, and by doing a mere few clicks, you can support this wonderful adventure that we're on.
It's a bit of an awkward thing to do, but like we appreciate it so much, and we will do a dance and sing your name.
Amy will do a
I
dance
will do
and
that.
sing your
I'm
name.
so I'm so happy to do that. Actually, man, these have been great. No, Rasmus.
That was a close one. I was worried.
Where is
Josh
the badger?
definitely did that on purpose.
Mm.
That was good narrating.
Why is the satyr from Birmingham? Is Birmingham just goat people?
NPCs have to have distinctive
And mangoes.
voices, or you just won't recognise them.
Rasmus
It was
has a York
surprising,
pillow. Chat demands panpipes.
Do
Unenthusiastic
some
pipes now.
panpipes.
And then they've said, if we demand a whole brass band, will Josh give it to us? Probably.
Yeah.
Brass instruments are
Probably.
quite expensive though. We can do like a discount band
Yeah. Like,
with some banjos and some bongos.
maybe
I've
like
got a trumpet.
a little harmonica or something.
Don't want to blow my own trumpet, but
Do you actually have a
I
trumpet?
have a trumpet. Yeah.
That is cool. And I have seen a saxophone before. So, like, I basically own one. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, that's socialism, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Do people not want
Sanji is exactly right. Never split the party. Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, thank you.
Get on these pan au chocolats.
Zangi is not right. Split the party when it's fun to.
Not in an enchanted wood, though. That is a bad, bad choice.
Does sound quite fun.
Black light would reveal Garlon's influence in all the bed chambers. Lo-Fi says, I would accept a 4-piece kazoo harmony. We've got 2. We're nearly there.
Any funny whistles?
I don't own a Swanee whistle, and I should. Oh my goodness. Oh, and thank you, Sykes Mackenzie, for plugging the Discord. Very much appreciated. If you're going to do this regularly, you should make an animated advert. That's true. We should do an animated
should do an
advert.
animated advert, shouldn't you? Or
Yes.
maybe a season 1 recap.
Oh,
That
well,
would be good.
Oh yeah, there is a season 1 recap now, and like there would be a season 2, but I'm tired. There will be soon at some point. At some point. Oh yeah, that's news. That's kind of a news.
It's news.
The War of Inheritance is going to have a teeny tiny stall at the Worthing Wormhole Sci-Fi Convention. So if you're around in Worthing this Saturday, and want to come and laugh at us, or just say hi, or chat about D&D, or see the amazing headgear that we wore for Halloween in person, yeah, we're going to be at the assembly rooms in Worthing, plugging this stream. And it would be great to see you there. There we go. That's done. That plug is done.
What time is it?
Oh, a time.
After you wake up and before you go to bed.
Yeah.
It might not be true for me.
Like I think it's all done by like 5 o'clock or something like that, and we'll be awake in the morning at some point. Yeah. So that's a nice thing. I hope it's a nice thing. I'm gonna go and meet the sci-fi people of Worthing. Okay, so chat, we really need help here. How do we get out of this? Other than setting the forest on fire.
I'm increasingly coming around to that
It
point
would
of view.
work.
I think it would. Well, I think if we set the
I
forest
tell-
on
it would-
fire, it would
it would
TP chaos.
It will precipitate a thing appearing.
That's true.
Mm.
Maybe we could just set one bit of it on fire.
Maybe you need to talk to your ex.
Yeah, that could be a thing.
I have considered it. Neve's going to be reluctant, but yeah, that might be a thing. Yeah, Sam G says burn the forest.
Always works.
Oh. So where are we with the map at the moment? How many, like,
We're only 5
Areas.
rooms into this.
we're only 5 rooms in.
Oh, so it's an owl, a bear, a deer, and a snake. Maybe it spells something. Like bods.
Bods!
Sod B.
Dogs. B-sod. Blue screen of death. That must be it.
We can't spell
We
door.
need to spell B-sod, and then the campaign will error out. We'll restart the session. Before we
Moving the
enter-
forest, yes. That's the thing we haven't considered, actually. We could try and get you to ninja up to the top of the trees and look from there.
Strong. That won't work. but
Unless
sure.
going upwards takes us into a different realm.
Yeah, this is a 3-dimensional maze.
Oh my god. Or maybe, like, you'll go up and then, like, suddenly you'd be tunneling out of the ground.
Yeah.
No, the bear was brown, wasn't it?
Bear was brown.
Oh, brown, blue, orange.
Owl was orange.
Mm-hmm.
Orange.
What colour was the snake?
Green.
Green.
Deer was blue.
So it's not Hogwarts.
It's not far off, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You could have the bear for Gryffindor, and
Yeah.
the deer for Hufflepuff,
Mm-hmm.
the owl for Ravenclaw, and the snake for Slytherin. And the
I don't think that's
no,
going
it's
to
the otherwise the owl would have to be blue.
Oh yeah, we could
Okay.
we could get the symbolic eagles to just give us a lift.
Oh yeah,
Works
yeah,
very well in another
yeah. Another
piece of fiction.
yeah fantasy universe.
Oh no! Oh, it's creepy.
Yeah, if only we had some kind of person who was a nature druid, nature wizard. That would be good because then they could like command eagles and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only those eagles were real. Oh man, that's a great plan. I mean, like, ridiculous but great. Get Neve to call a group of moles and make a tunnel. Which I enjoy. I don't know if I have enough power to call a big group of moles.
Stop your.
You need to charge this thing.
You need to charge this thing.
Well, you need to charge this
the,
thing.
also, the torch is on.
You've
That's
got-
probably why it's.
Oh, the torch is on.
You did this.
I did do this.
Yeah, you did do this. No wonder the power's gone. Okay, cool. Get
Save
Neve to
one of
call a
those
group
for-
of moles and make a tunnel out. That's
Yeah.
the answer, right?
We'll save one of those.
Yes, that's what the creature's like, Josh. Next level, it's gonna happen.
There we
Okay.
go. We're cracking out the spicy crisps.
All right,
Actually, I remember these.
time to go.
It's that time of the
I'm
night.
gonna get rid of the short rest.
Ooh, I think it's
Speaking of short rests,
Yeah, if you guys want to have one.
suitable for vegetarians.
I'd like to have a short rest. because then I can get some hit dice back. By the way, I had 3, and I'm down to 11.
These are very nice. They are spice, but
So
not
one's
even
fine,
that
right?
spice.
Okay, and
Not spice.
we are back. Hello and welcome,
Probably
everybody.
is.
So, do you guys have a plan?
Yep.
No.
No.
The best plan is still burn
Set
it
fire to the
down.
forest.
Okay, you are currently there. That's
I'm
fine.
kind of hoping the pixies are going to help us.
Are the scary things gone?
The scary things are gone.
Alright.
Can you help us? We're lost.
Yeah. I would be lost if I was you as well.
Do you know who we need to speak to get out of the forest?
I mean, when the forest stops being all wibbly, yeah, when it stops, yeah, then we can just go out.
But what can we do in the meantime?
Well, I think it's, I don't know, maybe it's that Liz is having an argument.
Les is having an argument.
Yeah,
With who?
with Titus. He's smelly. Don't
We
say
understand.
that, I'll hear you.
Can we understand what they're saying?
Yes, you can understand what they're saying. And you might hear them.
Titus?
What's Titus?
Yeah, well, this is the one we met earlier, right? Who's Titus? Small one?
Titus is big and scary. He's got horns, and he fancies Liz.
Right.
And she fancies him, but she pretends that she doesn't. And she's all annoyed at the moment. Yeah, I don't understand. That's because you're stupid.
They're invisible. You cannot see these creatures.
Can you say Mummy and Daddy are fighting for me?
Why?
Oh, that's fine.
I'm that stupid scary things now.
Yeah,
Maybe if these defences came up because of the things that came out of the meteor.
or
If
because
we-
the two Fae are having a lover's tip.
Maybe, who knows?
What are you trying to get to? You
But
want
the
to go
phone
to
was
the
talking
stone,
about
or
defences.
do you want to go to the well, or do you want to meet Les and Titus, or you want to go out to the north,
There's a
or you want
dwarf
to
and
go
some
out
lizard.
to the town, or you want to meet the big bear, or you want to go to the big place for the mushrooms, or where do you want to go?
There's a have you seen a dwarf and a lizard folk?
Dwarf and what they look
Dwarf
like?
and dwarf, like
I
the
can make
the
my
dwarf
image.
in-
Minor
Oh,
image.
minor image, yeah.
Minor illusion, dwarf, and then
Charity.
and then
And then-
Toothpick.
Oh yeah! Yeah, I've seen them.
Do you mind me asking where they are?
Sure,
Where are they, please?
I'll tell you. If you want to get to them, you need to be lots of things. You need to be wise and strong and cunning and da.
Wise and strong and cunning.
That's right.
Okay.
I'm with you. Pixies, do you want to stay with us so that the scary things don't come and chase you?
Okay,
Alright,
I'll stay with you.
I'll make some berries.
I'm going off on your belly, okay?
Alright,
Sure. Pair of pixies.
Um,
Come along with you guys.
so wise and strong and cunning.
Noble is the scary.
Owl, bear, snake.
I think so.
Albert,
So,
no, I don't want to be one of those.
I'm going to follow the owl first.
Right. Okay. So
Which way is the owl?
the owl is out direction. It's hard to judge, given the way you've come in. You came in following the
Good
owl.
guides.
You're turning right.
The fairies are Tom and Tom and Tom.
You follow the owl. This thing moves. Oh. These things move. All right. You follow the path of the owl, and in fact, you're quick enough this time that you can see the owl flying ahead of you, and you all follow it. You're making a reasonable pace.
Oh, that's pretty.
Says one of the pixies. And you make your way into another wooded clearing. Surprise, surprise. This one doesn't appear to have anything unusual in it. It's merely a wooded glade.
I'm instantly suspicious. Kill it with Moonbeam.
Can't you do some sort of trapped
Tall grass or something?
Again, no, this is it looks like an empty
that road
open
thing?
glade. And around you can see the markings that are now familiar on the trees by each of the paths that lead out.
Are they still in the same place, Morn?
Okay. Fine.
Probably yes, but I haven't written it down.
Now you need to be. Oh, hang on. Now you want to go to him, you've got to be strong and cunning and speedy.
Okay,
Okay.
let's follow the bear.
Which is to.
From the way you, good lord. Okay, from the way you came in, you're now heading left. Okay, so you follow the path of the bear, and okay, this thing moves. It's gonna go there. This thing moves. You head at some point.
I think you guys should be allowed to see what the game is.
Yeah,
We need a secret camera.
If I had, this is a thing that I would love to have done. I'd love to have a camera here so I can show you guys what the map looks like. I'll show you afterwards, and we'll have a look at how it goes. You will follow the path of the bear.
Let's check the after dark.
Yeah, for sure. And you come into a clearing. Clearing 18.
Full of bees.
It is not full of
Full
bees.
of bees.
But you come into a
beans.
full of beans. Yeah. You come into a clearing, and
Oh
say the pixies. And as you enter the clearing from one side, there is a small amount of grassland here. It's quite squelchy in this clearing. It's just a bit of mud on the floor. And coming out the other side, you can see that there is a large stag, and behind it a couple more. They are being led by tall, graceful creatures in oaken armour, which have stags on their horns, and it looks like flaming eyes.
What's that?
I don't know.
Divine fucking sense.
Sure. Congratulations, it's a fae of some description.
Well, that's
The stag is a fae.
The stag is a fae, and the creatures are fae. These are fae creatures.
Cool.
are they armed?
Got horns.
Hide.
Take a Fred's like, no thank you, and hides. Lovely.
I'm going to kneel.
I'll copy that. I'm going to follow.
Neve
Neve.
kneels. Iris kneels.
Yog follows Neve.
You all kneel. I like it. Have some inspiration. That's the right way to deal with this. Okay, cool. That was a very nasty combat, well avoided. The leader approaches you. Your name?
Neve of the Wells.
Neve of the Wells. My Lord Titus knows you.
Yes, he does.
You are his concubine.
Can we understand this?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
I see. Titus is most upset. We should be hunting, and yet we are not. He is arguing with Liz.
Can we be of service?
Can you pluck the thorn from her heart that is riven between the two of them? The oaken masks that they're wearing, you can't see their faces. It looks like the whole armour is carved out of wood, and it's just got slits for burning eyes. Very pagan, quite scary. You can all speak, by the way.
Neve is going to just smile a little bit and go, what did he do?
Persuasion check. No disadvantage. No of you.
Ah, no.
What do you
Never
get?
mind. I don't know. Not enough.
What do you get?
4.
Okay, a 4 is not enough.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's just worth checking. My Lord Titus has done nothing. He is an immaculate gentleman. His love has betrayed him.
Betrayed him? How has she betrayed him?
She is engaged in discussions with another.
Another fae?
Would that was so simple. Another power has entered her lair. She has spoken with them alone.
From the stars? From the sky?
Of the dragons.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Sure.
You guys did this. Ho ho ho. Titus is most vexed.
I may not be able to help Liz, but I might be able to help Titus.
How?
Well, I know him of old. I might be able to offer him something else.
Would you speak with Titus?
If I wanted to, how would I do it?
Titus is being pensive. Insight check from anyone who cares.
He's not being pensive.
He's being fucking broody, is what he's being.
What did you get?
11.
11, 10.
Many.
Iris, yeah, he is sulking.
Inside.
Yeah.
23.
Beyond the stone.
We must.
To reach him, you must show strength and further strength.
We need to find our companions first.
Yes. And then
But once we have found our companions,
If this is resolved, the hunt will be called. Be not within these woods.
noted.
The three of them lead their giant stags and head past you guys and out of the clearing. What do you do?
Well, those guys
Go
were
for the
terrible.
bear.
He's still there, small ones.
Well, oh no. So yes, we did bear. So in theory, if it depends. If we want to go to, if we want to go to Tutipec and Charity, we need to go Cunning, Speedy.
Okay.
And from here, we need to go Bear to get to the
I
stone.
would really
Okay.
like to go to Charity and to
We need to
Right.
find Charity and
In
Tutipec.
that case, we should go
Titus
next.
is not mortal
Cunning
Cunning.
and Sparkle.
and less likely to be bleeding out on the floor.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Cunning and Speedy.
So you follow. Need looks around and Raspit's already there. He can't. He doesn't have the druidic that you have, but he says, "This is Snake."
Yes.
Pointing which way?
Pointing. Oh God, which way did you come to?
We came in from.
Yeah, you
the
came in that
bear.
way. You came in from the bear. Okay, so going right. Off to the right, there is a path following the snake. You follow the snake, and the snake slithers along, and you're almost stepping in its tread. That moves. This goes. Good. That's fine. And this goes there. Cool. That's on there. Wow, it's all converging. All right. You enter a clearing. And inside this clearing, you can see that there is quite a lot of blood. There is a halberd on the floor, and you can see tracks that are leading off.
Is it in the direction of the...
There are also a few dead, tiny little velociraptor things that you can see around.
Are the tracks leading off in the direction of the stag?
The tracks are leading off directly opposite where you came, in the direction of the stag. That's right.
Okay.
She got separated from her.
I'm gonna grab Charity's
She
helmet.
can.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it all the same.
Fine.
I'm gonna grab it all the same.
Yep. Let's go quickly.
Go.
And are you guys heading? Great.
Yeah.
With alacrity.
Stagwood, dealwood.
Boom.
Speed.
Sweet. You head down and you can see as you follow through another dark series of trees into an open clearing that you hear, in fact, Freya hears first the sound of a dwarf saying, "Now hush there, we'll get through this, it'll all be fine, just you trust me." And you see as you approach the clearing, there is quite a lot of blood.
Yeah.
And Charity and Tutipec have their backs to a rock.
Who's bleeding to death?
Tutipec has lost a leg.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to rush to his side and lay on hands.
Okay, sure.
You know what? At this point,
Lay on
how
me.
much will 19 get me?
19 points of lay on hands will. I mean, this guy needs. You will be able to pat. He's white as a sheet and fading. You put 19 points of lay on hands in him, and he's going to be there for another 19 rounds. He needs a medicine check to staunch the bleeding.
Oh, can we not spare the dying? Would have been the other option. Or
that's fine. He is currently bleeding to death. I'm saying he requires a medicine check.
Neve, this is beyond me.
If you had greater restoration, he would not. But
18.
18 is fine. It's a DC 15 medicine check to bandage somebody up and stop them bleeding to death.
Can I have? I want to have watched with some degree of.
That's fine. You can have assisted. That's fine. And Neve will say, "Hold this. Put some pressure here. Tie this up." What? On y'all's side for sore eyes.
You dropped this.
I did. I was confident in my ability to reclaim it. She says, and puts it on the ground.
For sure.
We ran into the most enormous bear.
Yeah, that's going around.
And then there were a horde of the smaller creatures. They come from the stars, the old ones. An active incursion is underway, as I rightly suspected.
What happened? Where are the other two?
They, Tutupek, they laid down their lives for us.
I'm sorry.
Not as sorry as that bear will be. I am glad to see you all.
I now put 19 points of lay on hands into it.
Sweet. He appears much better. His leg is gone from the knee down. And he, now that he's no longer bleeding, picks up the halberd. Charity looks like she might protest, but he doesn't go pick the halberd and he rests himself on it. Where are we going, friends? These woods are bedeviled.
We need to go and talk to your old acquaintance.
Yeah, I think we do.
So we need to go back the way we came from and then bear?
Yep.
There are symbols on the trees. It's something Neve can see. Toothpack, give Charity a halberd. She might need it to buy things. I'll support you.
I appreciate this, York. Come. Oh, you are well?
That's a conversation that's longer than these words is, my friend, but we'll get out and we'll have that conversation.
Oh, very well. Okay, cool. Toothpack heads with you guys. Raspit comes up to you, Freya. I am confused.
What?
These people, who are they?
They are here to help with the whole sky falling thing.
I see. How do you know them?
He knows Toothpack. He was defending the temple.
Yeah, fine. He knows Toothpack, but he doesn't know Charity. All right. So you guys head back the way you came. All right. So you head up to the
Going back where we came.
right back the way you came. You follow the path of the bear, which is the way you came. All right. So bear to that way. Everything moves.
And then back the way we came again.
To where we met the.
All right.
folk.
And you follow the path of the owl back towards the Fey folk.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
So who's Titus?
And remember, you were concubine.
This is so not a conversation. Toothpack, we should have that conversation.
Oh, hi guys.
Hi, pixies.
Hi y'all.
Oh, thank you.
You for what?
Yes, thank you for.
What's your concubine?
Oh no.
In character laughing.
We're all there. We're all there, Zoe. We're all there. Iris is cocking a strange eyebrow at you.
You can put that right back down where it belongs, Missy.
Why didn't you tell him that?
Oh. Leave is flustered.
I need some water somewhere. There's some here. Somewhere.
Flustered.
I have some. Toothpack says. And
What's the
hands
matter,
you a
you all?
flask.
There's nothing wrong with being a concubine.
Thank you,
Come on.
Toothpack.
It's current year. What is the current year?
What's your concubine?
It's more this conversation that's making me smile than anything else.
You know what, Pixie? You don't need to know. When you are old enough, you'll know.
Fine. When you're old enough, I'll know.
How about I give you a berry?
No, I don't want a berry.
I'll roll a berry towards
No, you
you.
can't. I will not be bought.
I'll roll another berry.
Your wealth surpasses my ability to resist.
Both berries are picked up and go invisible.
Titus is
Bear.
a fae.
Oh.
He is at least as powerful as Liss. And we hung out for a while when I was younger.
I see that smile.
What was that like?
Intense. I wouldn't recommend it. But I mean, I was 20, and you know what hollyhock's like, right?
Oh man, everyone's sleeping with the Fae down in Hollywood.
If someone comes out of the woods and offers to burn down a temple for you, like, and you're 20 and from Hollyhock,
Why did you want a temple burned down?
that's a story
Sounds
that
fun.
we can talk about later.
Who was the temple
I
to?
like stories.
Me. Who was the temple to?
Oh, don't even remember anymore. Maybe it was Gawain. That's the sort of thing Titus would have found really funny.
Where are we going?
We're
Says
going.
Raspit.
We're going to go and meet Titus.
Not that this is not fascinating.
We're going to meet Titus.
It's not helping me learn magic.
Oh, was it
That's
Raspit? Sorry.
that's
Yeah.
true, Raspit. Yes.
Sorry, they're very confused.
We're going to go and meet a powerful Fey creature, and you just need to keep your wits about you. All right.
That charity, that's particular for yourself as well.
Can I recommend against going to meet a powerful Fae creature?
If we don't meet
Do you
the
want to
Fey
be stuck in these
creature, we
woods
can't
forever?
get out of the woods.
Well, are you certain about that?
Pretty sure. I mean,
There's
There's two
there-
possibilities.
there's a-
Either we need to kill all of the incursion things,
which is still pretty on the
Possible.
cards. I'm just going to put it out there.
yep, or we need to stop a lover's tiff between two fae.
We should probably do both.
All right. I suggest if we can resolve this lover's tiff, which of the two Fae?
Liss
Queen of the Spiders.
and Titus.
I see.
And all
Which
the
one's
acquaintances.
Titus?
Titus is
Yeah.
the Lord of Summer.
Okay. Less cool than I thought it would be.
I don't know. It seems to have engaged Neve for enough time.
I'm very interested in this story. You must tell it to me at a later date. For now, let us go
Let's
and
get
see
back
if
to
we can resolve this.
Let's everybody get back to Stoneholm with the amount of limbs we all currently have.
Yes,
Says Tutupak.
any more would be true inconvenience.
Yes.
Which way do we go?
Bear.
Yeah, bear and bear.
All right. Raspit says,
Let me try.
and comes up to the bear and places his hands on it, and he focuses for a second, and you can see that the bear pulls itself out of the tree and lumbers off down the direction.
Good work,
Is
Raspit.
that to the right of where we've just come?
Yes, it is.
That's what I thought.
Sweet, you guys get here. Hooray! Ba, 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 ba.
Did you go right twice?
We found the chest.
You approach a
Let's go there twice.
You
Yeah.
approach a clearing, and this clearing, that you can see the trees are rising up as you go, and you find yourself walking up a steep incline, and you come out on top of a mound, and you can see no more than 30 feet away from you is a standing black obelisk. It has runes carved into it. These are the same runes that you see carved. In fact, some of them are tattooed on Iris, some of them are carved into her pendant.
Hey, Iris. All you.
Yep.
And maybe
is
we
it-
shouldn't be interacting with this while
I think you
stuff could be watching.
What
Iris,
stuff?
it's your choice. At this
Yeah,
point.
what stuff?
That's a magic voice.
I think we've brought most of the magical stuff with us.
Um,
Do you want to poke it now or later?
yeah, let's try that.
You have not interacted with this yet.
No.
Please, a moment of respect while Nova goes to ingratiate herself.
What?
Just, you're gonna. We right. Okay. We so don't know what the heck's going on here. You're gonna. There's a story there.
Nova?
What do you know?
Ingratiate? What?
Oh, you weren't around for that. Nova are what the lawkeepers call whatever Iris is.
Right.
Powered. Oh no, you might be a Nova as well because you're powered by one of the potentates.
Head over this way. Why don't we all have a little chat?
Yes. What happens when I touch it?
Well, that's between you and your god. In a manner of speaking.
Okay. I see. I've done it twice before, and it takes me to a dark place, with a sense of being trapped, and wings.
Well, you can communicate with your potentate.
Not for very long. They've said 4 words to me.
Well, it's because you have not yet fully awakened in your power.
And how do I do that?
I would interact with more of these.
Okay.
Keep poking the rocks.
I'll go and poke a rock.
Is this the same stuff? This is the same stuff that the meteorite was made of, isn't it?
You have been to the meteorite?
In
You did tell her this, yeah.
Yeah.
in the previous timelines.
Yes, that makes sense. And yeah, okay. So Charity says, "Why don't I enlighten
Hang
you
on.
about Nova?"
Did you make it to the meteorite?
We have not left these woods.
Okay.
So
Can I see any slime on her face?
I mean, she's grubby. You
You've
can't
not-
see anything that's
Oh, you're looking for
Definitely
mind flayers
slime.
now.
Tentacle marks.
You've not met the Illithid yet.
I have not. Good fortune for the Illithid.
With the utmost respect to your skills, Charity, for you as well.
Well, we shall see. Please, a moment of respect.
Mhm.
What do we do?
Come stand over here. Iris is a child of which potentate?
They said angels?
I see. Well, then I imagine you will be going to interact with the angels and see which blessings they bestow upon you.
Okay.
Are you alright, Iris? Would you like
Probably.
us to be there, or?
I don't think that will help.
Charity,
Yes.
you seen your boss in these woods?
I have not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go up and touch the stone.
All right.
Poke the rock.
Iris goes and touches the
Oh,
stone.
rock.
Every single rune on it glows a blistering yellow, and you will have to look away for a second. Iris, you feel yourself transported into a place, and you are looking down what looks immediately like a long row of those trees that you've been looking at. And as your vision acclimatizes to the dark, you see is actually a series of bars, and you have a cell on one side and a cell on the other, and it looks like they stretch on to infinity. You hear the beating of wings from both sides, and you hear child of angels from one side and child of dragons from the other.
Right.
What do?
I'm going to try and look what's in the cages.
Okay, you look off, and off to your left, you can see, again, it's really hard, it's difficult to make out the bars, even though there's a lot of space between them, they're clouding your vision, and there's beating of wings from both sides, but the dragons look like they're on the left, and the angels look like they're on the right. You get the impression of white feathered wings on one side, and of scales and teeth on the other.
You're trapped here. Is that right?
Approach, child.
Says the dragons.
That's correct.
Okay. Go towards the dragons first.
Discard their mark. Come and be healed, child, said the angels.
Okay.
This is a new one.
So what's going on?
We can offer you power and
What-
answers.
Well, let's start with answers. That's good.
Good. And come and accept both.
No, answers first. Acceptance later.
Good.
Maybe.
Come and touch the bars.
I make a point of standing in the middle.
It's fine.
I met an Illithid. He showed me. It showed me what it wanted to do with the world. I didn't like that. I told it to go away. What do you want to do with the world?
We could show you. Come, receive answers and blessings, child, said the angels.
I don't know either of you.
We have been good to you.
Said the dragons.
Sure.
We have never lied to you.
And the
We
angels have?
We have only ever helped. You can trust us.
Then trust. What is it you want?
Approach and discover.
What do you want, I say, talking to the angels?
Approach and discover. They both say at the same time.
You must choose.
Who's you going for Thanksgiving?
Hang on, let me consult my notes. As I
Actually,
No, there's literally.
Step back from that stone.
okay.
You don't need this kind of drama in your life.
Are you kidding? We met Iris.
You guys
Tell
can
us,
see
these guys.
Iris is stood, eyes closed, touching the stone. The lights are still glowing.
But time is passing.
Time is passing, that's
Okay.
correct.
Is this normal? Could you happen?
It all depends. Each Nova, you see, will interact with their potentate in a different way. I myself am not aligned with the angels.
Do
What are
mind
you
us asking?
aligned to?
It's a very personal question.
Isn't that
Sorry.
not just the dwarven spirit?
I certainly am a champion to the dwarven spirit.
What is the dwarven
do you-
spirit?
The dwarven spirit is a great spirit that exists within all dwarves. It is a communal energy that empowers our people. It is a noble purpose. It embodies us.
It's like a connection that you all have.
In a way,
And your queen is an avatar, Delilah? I want to say her name.
Delilah has newly awakened.
And is your
Are you okay with that?
Delilah is the rightful queen. The dwarven spirit has chosen to awaken her this time because she is who we need to lead the dwarven people right now.
things have gone horribly to mess.
Emerson has served his time. Iris,
Emerson?
decision time, mate.
You're not helping me. If I must choose one of you, and I know nothing about either of you, how am I to choose?
Grab both at the same time.
They are too far away to do it. Or actually,
Grow longer arms.
take me an Arcana check.
Secret option number 3. Flip them off and back to the back of a window.
18?
That is the way
On
to
an
do it.
18, on a 17, this is. You feel like your tattoos feel a bit heavy on your skin right now, and you feel like you possibly could touch both at the same time. This is even though they're a vast distance away, the space here is a bit malleable, and you reckon that if your choice was both, you probably could choose both.
That seems seems like the best choice. I don't know what these want, so there's really in Iris's mind is really what's gone on the that image of the world with the people enslaved and our angels.
So
Good,
if
maybe.
that's the case, would you run the risk of falling into service to both of entities that might both? Sorry,
You are not there. You are so
so
not there.
I'm gonna reach out and.
Okay, cool. Don't know why I didn't think this would happen.
because it's not.
I was like, let's make the first big choices.
Because
Okay,
it's not Zoe.
that's fine. So yeah, Iris, you reach out, and as you do, it's like a fisheye lens. You can see these two sets of bars moving in towards you, and
As I reach closer, do either of the things become any clearer?
they will when you touch the bars. And you touch both bars at the same time? Question mark?
Yep.
Sweet. Sure, of course you do. Okay, you touch both bars at the same time, and you can feel coursing through your body power from both of these caged entities. For a moment, there's a flash, and you are aware. It's like suddenly the lights go on and then off, and you are aware that there are more things than merely angels and dragons that are caged. That you just have no access to at the moment, but that they're there. These cages are vast and they contain great and powerful beings. The angels, it looks like a beautiful flock of birds with all of the white plumage moving around. It's not just white, there are different colours straight in there, but white is the majority of the feathers. And they look like beautiful humanoids. Some of them have golden skin, some of them have pale blue skin.
No Old Testament wheels of fire then.
Not quite. And you can see them flying around in their cage, and they will turn with eyes and look at you, and they smile as you touch the bars. The dragons come in a variety of different colours. You look and you can see that there is the main image of a dragon that you get with its huge long snout and its big red eyes. It's a great black dragon with huge powerful wings. This thing looks bigger than Colm. It's enormous. And it grins at you. And you don't sense malice from it. It's not it gives you a grin that, like, if you saw it on a poster, it looks like an evil grin, but you're not getting an evil sense from it. It's just a dragon, that's what it looks like.
Query. Is it chromatic colours of dragons, or are there metallics in there as well? Just from a perspective of people.
The main colour dragon that you see is black. There are also, you see some red dragons and some white dragons and some blue dragons. These are all very large things.
We saw previously we've met a gold dragonborn, is that right?
You have met a gold dragonborn, that is correct. We'll get there.
Cool.
Okay. I am... Right, this is a bit of a cop-out, but I am going to have to open next session with exactly what happens, because I was not expecting you to touch both. This is great, but I need to think about that for a sec. So, for now, would you like to please go to level 5, Iris?
Oh god, it's 2 potentates, so level 6, right?
Thoroughly deserved.
Gain the ability to murder anyone with your eyes.
That's basically what happens at level 5 to sorcerers.
That is what happens with level 5 with spellcasters, yeah.
They go, oh, I can just...
Because they go,
oh, I get...
fireball.
Yeah, okay. So you go to level 5, do all that sort of stuff, and we will open next session with exactly what you saw.
Because this is private to you, we can have it.
Yeah,
But for now, there are a pair of new tattoos that have snaked up your arms. In fact, you can see there, one is on your left forearm, one is on your right forearm, and they are where the power has coursed into you from where you touched the bars of the cages. And yeah, we'll just press on.
Cool.
Iris steps back from the stone and it stops glowing.
Are you alright?
Yes.
Please gain the benefits of a full long rest.
Want to talk about
it? I think I need to talk to Charity more, but now there is...
Okay, yeah, second point. Let's carry on with it. You're alright, yeah?
You need me,
Yeah?
Iris.
No, this feels good.
Alright.
You, Neve, you walk up and attempt to emotionally engage with Iris, and Iris steps away for a second.
Where we go now?
Bear.
Bear.
That is
Raspit focuses, and you see Neve the bear manifest out of the tree. It puns over to Raspit, sniffs at him, and then turns and walks off down a path.
You're
It walks
getting really
back down
good
the
at that,
hill.
Raspit.
I am practicing.
Yeah.
Follow me.
You have to shout it loudly before you hit people. No, don't do that. What is it?
I will lead the way.
Yes.
I got it.
Now was that? And Raspit leads off. Do you all follow?
Yes.
Iris going, okay, alright.
Phenomenal cosmic power.
You make your way into
You
you make your way into a clearing, and this clearing has a small pool of water. It is not a well, not a magical well.
Not a well kept.
And there is a creature that is made out of golden leaves. It has horns and light red skin, and it is skimming stones across the surface of the water.
Amy, you're just going to sort of lean forward. You going to be alright?
Volume.
You going to be alright?
Mhm.
Okay. If you need us, call, alright?
Oh, I'm staying.
Oh, no, I'm staying here, but I'm
See
not.
you, bye.
I'm just going to let her go up to him alone, but if you want to go up
Iris,
through.
You get the
I
same
don't mind either way.
sensation from the creature that you can see skimming stones as you did from Liz, Queen of the Spiders.
Neve, what do you want?
It's a powerful fey entity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Titus?
There she is. He turns and he smiles at you. Neve, how many years has it been?
How are you doing, Titus?
So beautiful, so wise. And he approaches you and starts to attempt to flick some hair behind your ear.
No. That's not what I'm here for.
Neve, my dear, my darling, come dance with me again.
Titus, I'm old, and you have a much better dancing partner than me now.
Ooh. Okay. A scowl crosses his face, and he looks a little sad.
Titus, can I help? What's happened between you and Liz?
Yeah, his face darkens. She has betrayed me. She has abandoned me for that. He gestures a hand, and you see the foliage turns and shapes itself into the form of a dragon that moves with the wind and snaps down, and then is just a tree once again.
Does it look like Pog?
He looks like I guess, like a really. It looks like Pog wishes he looked, I guess.
Does it look like coal?
Yeah, it looks like
Okay.
Pog.
There we go.
How could she bring it into our home?
Well, that was our fault.
Hide. I'm hiding. Bonus action. Hide.
Titus,
You must explain.
I didn't realise that there was fealty in the woods to a fey domain. Our friends were attacked by some of Liz's pets. We attacked her pets in kind, and when she arrived and her pets were dead, we had to do a trade, a life for a life. And we gave her a familiar.
Then I charge you to claim it again.
How can we do that?
Pluck it from her heart, remove the cover from her eyes, and let her gaze upon me like she used to. We will dance again. I can tell you where she is. I can show you now the way. I can guide you through the woods to her lair. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows.
Yes, I know you do. All right. Show us where Liz is, and we'll see if we can't remove this interloper for you.
Chances of violence?
Chances of immediate death.
Non-zero.
Titus,
Not immediate.
as we go on a mission of love from you, could you grant us any sort of protection against her particular wiles?
He reaches down, picks up some earth, and he blows it. And it spirals out the way, and you can see the animals come to life in Druidic and get out the way of this earth. And it's like a dust tornado that goes straight through the wall of the clearing, and it's like it's pulling the trees open and apart. This thick and impermeable membrane of trees has now parted for you, and there's a little dust tunnel that goes through. There is a glade, I wish you well, nothing here will harm you, save her.
Right. Let's see if we can get Pog back.
Toothpick.
Toothpick is frozen in fear.
How's Charity
Toothpick.
doing?
Charity is pointedly looking down at the ground.
Nice.
She has said nothing.
Did you bring your shield with you?
Yes.
Do you mind if I have it, please?
You will make better use of it than me.
I think we'd probably tie on it. You do yourself a disservice, my friend.
Thank you. But with a leg missing.
I think Toothpick should maybe stay back.
I think with the woods as they are, we need to stick together.
Well, what's been happening here? Who started opening doors? The defenses are up, and I need to know whose fault is it? Is it yours? A few spiders come through the little dust tunnel.
York is. Do you want protection or not? Because it's going to be protection I don't think she likes.
Yes. Come
Okay.
through with me, and we need to close this up
I'm asking you
because
if you want protection.
Do we want to antagonise her?
Do you want protection that she will probably not like?
come along. If nothing else, you're stronger than I am.
I was offering protection for you. I can offer you some protection.
Don't give me anything.
Okay.
I don't need any. Yeah.
Freya, what you doing?
I'll come to you.
Mhm.
Cool.
But we need to get this doorway closed before a lover's tiff happens right here. That is the sort of thing we're not.
Hey Freya, come here a sec.
What are you doing to Freya?
Does this count as a holy symbol for me?
The shield.
The shield?
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Good. There we go.
Yeah, Toothpick has a square wooden slatted shield.
Yeah. Cool. I cast that on you.
What is it?
Protection from good and evil.
Nice.
It's a good spell to cast right now.
That's an amazing spell to cast.
When does it go away?
10 minutes.
No, you can make attacks and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, it's concentration. I have to concentrate.
Fine, okay, great. That's an annoying spell. Lovely. Okay, so you hold your shield out in front of Freya and you focus.
Yeah.
And Freya, it's like there's a shimmering shield in the air. It's a light blue. It's translucent, so you can see most of the way through it. But it is gently following you. It moves with your arm. So as you raise your arm, this shield moves with you, though it's staying a good 6 inches away from your arm. It's moving with you.
It should. It's us as a group well against the Fae before, if it comes down to that.
Has anyone got any stuff they want to do? Things they want to cast? Things they want to get
Last
rid
Will
of?
and Testament.
Iris, Con was yours before. It might be worth drawing on that link, but we'll see.
Okay.
Right.
I'll follow your lead. You know the Fae.
It is 10 o'clock. Would we like to proceed, or would you like to have some information about what happened before we crack on?
No, I'm good.
Okay, great. Then we'll just carry on.
Okay. So yeah, we'll head on through into Lys's lair.
Okay. You walk, and the trees seem to warp around you, and the dust flows over you. There's been this is like a warp hole that's been opened through the forest, and it seems to shadow and become more overcast, and you look up and you realise that as you step out of the dust hole that has opened, and it closes up behind you, that the glade you're in is thick and overhung with spider webs. There are spider webs every damn place. They are covering the trees.
Is this the same glade we were in before?
This, you can see, has a large water source in the middle of it.
Been trying to get here for ages.
And yeah, there's the spider webs thick in the trees. You can see movement all over the place. And you hear,
Oh no. This is going to be the any second. Oh, she's going to know it's me to help draw me so much trouble. Oh no.
Pixie, go. Run.
Yeah. Oh, you're so clever.
and you guys start hearing a. Is everyone doing anything?
Closing up together, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liz, we've come to renegotiate.
So she's here to make a deal. Isn't that nice? What did you bring this time? Last time you brought a dragon to pay the price. I hope you brought it better this time. Has it got scales like the last one? A tail like a new one? What can it do for me? What have you brought? What have you got in trade for he? And she pulls up a spread-eagled pog who is looking there going, it looks very uncomfortable, looks around and it says to you, you are boss. You grown.
Got some fish for you.
Pog strains against Liz, and you look. Liz appears from out of the spiderwebs. In fact, the spiderwebs coalesce around her and make her form. She starts walking around the edge of the clearing, dragging Pog through the sky and through the air, and showing you. This is my pet, and I like him well.
Liz, we didn't realise that this was going to cause a rift in your relationship.
I'm not the one being childish here. Go talk to Titus. Tell him his fears are founded. I'm a free agent and I do who I please. It's not like that, boss.
Oh. I think Neve does laugh, actually.
Okay. But you said you're here to renegotiate. Since I'm nice, I'll listen. You must be here to make a trade. I perked up my ears. What did you bring me now?
I'll trade you someone from the party.
Cool. Liz's eyes flicker for a moment, and her eyelashes flutter with spider webs. She turns and smiles at you in a smile that is just too wide. And the darkness within her mouth seems to go on for way too long. And she suddenly zooms over to you guys. Is it this one or that one? This one, perhaps. The tiny little dwarf or one of the burlier chaps. I'm easy, you see. I'll take who you got, be they tall or be they short. And she reaches down towards Charity.
Wait.
Charity's good time. You say wait, okay. Opposed initiative?
Yeah, that's totally what that is.
Yeah.
Fine. It's 12.
Beats charity.
Cool. The person who will join you will go of their own free will.
Okay.
You'll have a servant to come and join your retinue
Right.
until you tire of them.
Cool. Okay. Charity turns to you. Are you insane? And
And
lips.
I'll say quietly to her,
smiles.
I've done it before.
The smiles ear to ear. Sutapek looks at you and goes,
This is what must.
and Raspet steps forwards and says,
You, Spider Lady. You will teach me magic.
Raspet, I'm going to put a hand on his shoulder and I'm going to say, because the person goes of their own free will, they need to know what this entails. Whoever joins in the retinue of a Fae is in service to them.
You will join me, you will cook and clean, come work for me, I will be your queen. You're my nightmare and I'm your dream, come along and dance with me. And Raspet goes,
And you will teach me magic.
I got toys and tricks in my fingertips. You wanna come and learn? Then riddle me this. If you're here to make a bargain, put down your chips. Do you join me of your own free will? And Raspet says,
And you will teach me magic. Then yes.
your trade is acceptable. Come along, you little kobold. And she reaches down and takes Raspet by the hand. Raspet turns to all of you.
I will say
Safe travels.
farewell. Farewell.
And
Safe travels,
Raspet
Raspet.
is taken off into the woods. The sky seems to clear a little bit, and the spiders flicker out of the area. And there's and fighting through the spider webs, you see a tiny little black dragon.
Pog!
Boss. I'm stuck, boss.
He's completely stuck in the spider webs.
Oh, yeah, thank you. You get a knife and start.
You go cut. Yeah, it's fine.
I don't know, you could probably like blast him in acid, couldn't you?
Pog
Probably wouldn't enjoy that.
Pog leaps up onto your shoulders and coils his tail around you like a scarf.
Oh, this is nice. Oh, boss, I've missed you.
Fish.
Oh, yeah.
Pog goes to town on the fish. I mean, this is gross. It really smells by your ear and you're getting it down your coat, but that's okay.
Oh, I got some new tattoos. Nice. Oh, I've seen some things, boss. I wouldn't recommend it.
Is he doing alright?
What does she want?
I think mostly just to make that other bloke jealous.
Oh.
What's the nature of the forest chain?
You can see that there are 4 entrances into this clearing.
I don't know if the lovers' tiff will have been entirely settled yet, but when it does, the hunt will start, and we do not want to be here when that happens.
So they can
Not if we're
hunt.
part of their
They
retinue.
can hunt the incursion.
We hope so.
Yes,
Should we go and tell him that there's some lovely prey in his realm?
yes, I think we should.
We need to find a way back to him first.
What's happening? Oh my goodness, you gotta get out!
Which way's
You
out?
hear a
Pixie, I need to get to Titus now. How do I get there?
Oh, he's going on his steed!
I think we just need to go for it, Neve.
Titus, he's going to be coming this way in about...
You hear a
Oh god,
We need to...
we need to just go.
Small one. Which
you
way's
hear the
out?
sound in the distance of
How do we get out? Speedy,
That
speedy,
does
and
make
speedy.
a degree of sense,
All
yes.
right,
Stags it is.
I'll call up the symbols.
Okay. You run away from the
You'll bring two to pet.
Is there anything you need to do with water? No.
There's no time.
You go to run away from the well, and you run out the direction of the prancing stag, and you turn a corner and run out in the direction of the prancing stag, and you're following a circuit, and you hear the pixie shouting,
Just keep being speedy!
and you realise that you're running sort of a figure four. You're running in the same kind of circuit around 4 clearings,
Right.
and you guys are going almost flat out, and you can hear in the woods now the.
At this point, Tootspeck is up on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're carrying Tootspeck.
Is it not taking us out of the woods?
It is not taking you out of the woods, and you can see, as you enter a clearing, charging through the woods, the Wild Hunt, led by Titus. And Titus is atop a great stag, and aside him are his riders that you met earlier. There's probably only 5 of them, but they are leaping and bounding and laughing and singing as they go. They have swords of flame and whips of fire, and they are careening through the woods.
I'm going to shout to the group, show your power, we are hunters, not prey, whatever you guys can do. I'm going to cast...
Sorry, is that they're coming towards us?
There, you can see them charging through the woods. Nice, I like that. What do you guys do? That's cool.
I'm going to shake up the ground with a thunder wave in front of us.
Okay, sick.
I'm going to twin cast Dragon's Breath on myself and
Nice.
Tooterpeck.
Yes.
What have you done?
Saved your life.
Okay, Jorg.
That's a terrible idea. I'm not doing any of that.
Three.
I'm just going to stand to. I'm just going to stand to, be ready, and be what I can be. Because drawing attention to God power
Okay,
is probably a
Freya,
bad
what are you
idea.
doing?
Grappling hook. Tree.
Yes!
Leaping over the.
You're going to try and leap over the Wild Hunt.
Amazing. Amazing.
I need you to make me an acrobatics check, and I really need you to succeed.
25.
Okay, 25 is probably in the region of what you needed.
Oh!
Okay, Freya, you vault an impossible distance, swinging. I mean, Tooterpeck looks up and goes. As you, in fact, Charity and Tooterpeck's eyes both follow you as you run up a tree and swing yourself over the heads of the Wild Hunt, and you hear shouts of "Good sport! Good sport!" and they drive through a wall of trees, and you hear some screaming, and you see a horde of the tiny little velociraptor things charging out along the ground before these creatures, and they are trampled underfoot. They are lashed, they are smashed, and they are broken. The Wild Hunt circles around you guys, coming the same way that they did before, and they shout, "Join the hunt and clear the woods! Join the hunt and clear the woods!" And they charge off away from you guys. Congratulations, you are not destroyed by the Wild Hunt. That was very cool. And you guys watch, and you can see the things that came out of the meteors that are in the woods are being stamped on by a bunch of very angry fae, and you can see the Wild Hunt leaving a trail through the woods. As it goes, each tree that it passes shifts in colour and becomes slightly more golden and slightly more vibrant in hue.
Do we see the Mind Flayer?
You are from the place you are. You do not see the Mind Flayer, but you do see the Wild Hunt charging through the woods and bringing the change of the seasons with it as it goes. And that is where we are going to leave this session. Thank you very much, everybody. All right, guys, don't go nowhere. If you have enjoyed this, you can watch all of our previous episodes on YouTube, link below. You can always join us on Thursdays at twitch.tv/CellpenGM. We will be moving to Tuesdays temporarily for the Christmas period, but we will probably be back to Thursdays at some point in the new year. You can join us on Discord, link below. You can check out our Facebook group. You can join us on Twitter and all kinds of other things. All the links are below where you need them. Thank you very much, everybody. And as always, keep rolling them dice. Bye-bye!